So what are our predictions for the lending and property space in 2025? Well, there have been some big things that have changed in the last couple of years, and I wanted to take you through what we think might come to be. So firstly, interest rates are probably going to continue to drop. So they will continue on that trajectory they've been on for the last probably 12 months or so, once we got those drops in the OCR. So now the OCR is at 4.75%, and we'd expect that that will probably be cut again in February on the 18th, and that's probably going to flow through into fixed interest rates as well. So I don't think there's going to be any huge big drops, but they're definitely going to track down. And that's always good for serviceability as well as for our bank balances at the end of each week, which is great. Secondly, I think that the first home buyer changes that have come through over the last 18 months or so, as well as those drops in interest rates and serviceability, is really going to serve first home buyers really well. So at the moment, the market is still pretty flat. We are seeing a few rises in some places, but I think that with the serviceability opening up, so more people being able to borrow money, we're probably going to see more first home buyers across the line this year, which is super exciting for everyone involved. Thirdly, I think we'll also see a little bit more of the banks offering green loans or things that are going to improve their bottom line in terms of that sustainability space. So in the last couple of years, most of them have brought out some kind of energy efficient, electrical, solar, vehicles, etc. loan offerings, and those are generally at much cheaper interest rates. Those may change a little bit, they may improve, they may get a little bit cheaper, and I think banks are going to push those a little bit more across their books, so across residential but also into business, commercial, rural as well. In terms of property prices, I think we are going to see a little bit of a rise this year. With interest rates dropping and more people in a position to borrow money, I think that that's probably going to mean we'll have a little bit of upward pressure, but I don't think it's going to be considerable. So it might be somewhere between 5 and 7%, and I think it's probably going to mirror quite similar to 2016, 2017, 2018, after our last sort of big boom back in 2015. Lastly, I think investors are cautiously coming back into the market. Things like renovations and flips are probably not yielding as good as results as they did a couple of years ago, with the market not increasing considerably, but more people are thinking about how can they add value, purchase rental property, and look at yield. So thinking about adding bedrooms, adding secondary dwellings, adding extra rooms, and that rental market is still really tight. We've still got lots of people looking for places to live, and investors have got some big opportunities out there, as well as in the commercial space as well. Businesses have now settled back into sort of office life after COVID, and so that market is still pretty good. All in all though, I think the most important thing for you is to thrive this year. So while our predictions might be right or they might be wrong, it's really important to get a plan that's fit for you and your situation. So definitely book in with one of our advisors, have a yarn, figure out a plan for you and get you set to thrive in 2025.